Jeffree, do you like Bloodlust or Blue Blood? Which one? Which one? Both? Okay, we'll do. Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube. Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and today I want to do the beginning of a little series that I'm going to try to do on my channel where I pair the new Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette with one of his other palettes. So if you have not seen the Bloodlust palette, I don't know how that's possible, but this is her in all of her glory. I got some powder on her already, but it's easy enough sort of to clean off. So this is her, and this is, whoo, goodness, this is the beautiful palette. So I'm going to do a look today using the Bloodlust palette mixed with the Blood Sugar palette. If that is something that you want to see, then keep on watching. So just the elephant in the room, I created a look yesterday and it stained my eyelids. It also stained my hands, my fingers, like green, blue, all different kinds of colors, but I don't know what it is. I have never had a green and blue eye story. I mean, I can understand because I had pink and purple under here, but for blue and green to stain my eyelids is not the norm. So but yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is on my hands, and that's what it is on my my eyelids. So I'm going to prime my eyelids with my Essence eyeshadow primer. If you ever have a question about anything that I am using in a video or anything that I use off camera, I have been really good about, you know, putting it in my description box lately. So, or feel free to ask me either way. And so I'm going to prime with this. I've really been liking priming with that lately. I go back and forth between a ton of different eyeshadow primers, and it just depends on what I want to use that day. So I decided that I wanted to see how well the Bloodlust palette pairs with some of his other palettes, because I love the Bloodlust palette. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen my first impressions, I will link it up here. It is definitely my favorite palette of his so far that I've used. I'm just going to put a little bit of my Natasha Silk Canvas Primer on, or a lot of it. I usually grab like a glob of it and then I just kind of put it all over, but I focus it in the center. But yeah, so I wanted to see how well this palette would pair with some of my other favorite palettes. Well, favorite palettes. The Blue Blood palette is definitely another favorite of mine of his. Ooh. Until I got recently the Bloodlust palette, this is probably one of my most used Jeffree Star palettes, and I already got something in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to grab this brush from Blush Tribe. So I want to mix the two palettes, and I got to figure out how I'm going to do that, what shades I want to use. I think I want to start in the Blue Blood palette, and I'm going to start with Flourishing, which is this teal shade right here, and I'm going to go into that using this flat shader brush. So basically we're putting a similar color to what my eyelids are stained with right back over top of it. So I will be doing this with the other Jeffree Star palettes as well, and I'm so excited. So I wanted to say a really quick thank you. I put something on Instagram as well, but I have to say something in this video because I had the best birthday, and it was because of all of you guys. So if you haven't seen the many videos that were dedicated to me on Sunday. I will have a playlist, or Debbie's video where she has in her description box all the other videos. I will have that linked in my description box. But basically, Debbie, who is my best friend, my twin sister, I love her so much, she organized a collaboration between herself and about 20 other friends of mine here on YouTube, my amazing, amazing friends. And she created a collaboration for my birthday. And each one of them did a look dedicated to me and mostly heavily inspired by me. And I had such an amazing time watching these videos. Like, it made my birthday so incredibly special and so much fun, which my birthday hasn't been very fun for the past 6 years. For those of you who don't know, my best friend Christine, my sister-in-law, passed away 6 years ago. It'll be in March. And she went into the hospital on my birthday. And so, I don't know where to put this one. I'm not using it. So for the past 6 years or so, I haven't really wanted to celebrate my birthday very much. And it's just been a very sad time for me. I'm going into Scandal Water from the Bloodlust palette. And these ladies made a hard day so much easier. And I was crying, I was laughing, like, it was so amazing to watch these videos, and it was so touching to hear all the sweet things that they said about me. And it was so funny to hear, you know, them talk about, like, I'm not going to, you know, do much blending and all that stuff. Like, I just love these ladies so much, and I love that they took time out of their schedule to, you know, create these looks for me and create these videos for me. And if you haven't watched them, please do. And for those of you who have watched and who commented and wished me a happy birthday, thank you guys so much too. You have no idea how much it means to me. And I wish that I had the words to express how much you guys and Debbie and this beauty community mean to me, and how much you guys have helped me, and how much happier you've made my life. Like, I love you guys so, so much. And Debbie, thank you so much for putting this together. I love you more than words can express. And I love every single person that made a video. And, you know, I love all of you guys. Like, I felt the love that day, and I'm so, so, so thankful. And I definitely recommend, if you haven't watched the videos, to go back and watch them, because they're just, the looks were amazing, and all these ladies are just so important to me. And the words that they were saying, and they were getting choked up, I was getting choked up, and it was just, oh, it just touched my heart. And I spent most of the day watching. I watched every single person's video in full. And because I just was having so much fun watching them, and that I could not think of a better way to spend my birthday. So thank you guys so, so much. And I love every single one of you. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Blood Queen, which is probably one of my favorite shades in the palette. Well, one of my favorite matte shades in the palette. And I'm just going to pat that on, because I don't want it to mix too much with the teal. I mean, the teal does have like a blue undertone, so it shouldn't muddy up, but just in case, I'm just packing it on so that it doesn't muddy up, because purple and green do not blend well together. So where I'm putting that, I'm just literally packing it on. And I'm trying to hold my mirror so that you guys can see, because I was watching back one video when I was like, Anya, don't hold the mirror so close. They can't see your face. But yeah, I think that this palette is beautiful as a standalone palette, but I also think that it goes really well with his other palettes. And I do think he did an amazing job. I will say that I have created a bunch of looks with it so far. I just haven't posted them. You will see them all. But there are a few shades in the palette that are not my favorite. Like Bleeding Heart is one of them. He definitely has better reds than this one. And Sworn Enemy is okay. I'm going to go into the shade Dungeon, which is like the matte dark shade. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit of that on the very outer portion just to deepen things up. And I will have some light looks coming up as well. And alright, so that is what we're doing in terms of matte shades. Let me clean this up and cut the crease because I want to do a half cut crease, and then I will be right back. Okay, so this is where we're at. So I basically cut the crease with my Anastasia eyeshadow primer. I love cutting the crease with this because it self-sets and it like dries. So I just feel like it's really, really good. So today I'm not going to use glitter glue when I use the shimmers, just because I want to see how well the shimmers in the Blue Blood and the Bloodlust, go well together. So I'm going to go into the shade Ocean Ice, which is this shimmer right here. It is probably one of my favorite shades in the Blue Blood palette. Picks up very well on the brush, and I don't feel like these shades are going to need glitter glue. So I'm just going to take that and put that on the lid about halfway in. And then we're going to use Pink Magic from, oh, that's so beautiful. We're going to use Pink Magic from the Bloodlust palette, because I think those two shades are going to go really, really well together. Sorry if you can hear sirens right now. I hope and pray everyone's okay. I always say that when an ambulance goes by or a fire truck. So I'm just kind of feathering that into the matte shade as well. It looks a little harsh right now, but once we get Pink Magic on there as well. And this shade, I know that he said that he did a new formula in Bloodlust, but I do feel like Ocean Ice is kind of the same formula as like Pink Magic and Wet Jewel, or at least a similar formula. I'm not a makeup chemist, but they seem to kind of be very foiled, and they also seem to kind of go on a little bit, I don't want to say crumbly, but a little bit crumbly. Like they're very, that was a setting spray, but luckily it was the Morphe setting spray. So now I'm going into Pink Magic, which is this one right here. I say that because if it had been a plastic or a glass bottle, it might have shattered. So really quick first though, I'm going to take a little bit more of Blood Queen and just kind of put that where it meets Ocean Ice, just because I want them to, I want to see both shades, and I really want it to kind of mix together a little bit better. Okay, and then we're going to go into Pink Magic. But yeah, I feel like in terms of the formula, I feel like they're very similar. They pick up on the brush really well, and they're just both very shimmery, very foiled, and very beautiful. And I'm just putting that in the inner I'm probably going to use one of the Extreme Frosts on the lid, or at least in the inner corner. Oh, that's so pretty. And I like how the Ocean Ice is kind of sandwiched between two pinky purple shades. I think that looks really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my base and my brows. Remember those brows. And then I will be right back and we will finish up the eye look. Okay, for my blush and everything like that, I actually used the Natasha Denona Love and Glow Cheek Palette. And I actually used the cream shade for the first time. And I really like it. And then it just looks beautiful. And then I used a combination of these two as my blush, and then on top of that, and then I used the Kaleidos highlighters. Everything will be listed down below, but I got this for Valentine's Day and I actually just wanted it for the packaging. I love it so much, and I hope that I don't know, I hope she makes it permanent, because not that I think I'm ever gonna run out of it, but it's like that FOMO feeling that you might, you know what I mean? So I went in with Urban Decay's Deep End. I'm just going to put a little bit more. This is my favorite liner from Urban Decay for sure, possibly of all time. I love this liner, and I wish that ColourPop would make one this exact shade, because then that would be even more amazing. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not Deep End. This is the shade Electric. Huh. Interesting. Deep End is almost the exact same though. I didn't even know there was one called Electric. That's weird. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Blue Monday, which is this shade right here. Is a matte royal blue or like cobalt blue shade. And I'm just going to tuck that right below that shade. That is hilarious that I thought it was Deep End and then it wasn't. And what's crazy, like I said, I didn't even realize there was one called Electric. So have I been using Electric this whole time and not Deep End? No, I know I've used Deep End. I always thought I had two Deep Ends. Like I thought I had two of the same shade, but I probably have one Deep End and one Electric. But because they look very similar, I think the difference now that I'm looking at it is that Electric is actually like a metallic, and if I remember correctly, Deep End is a matte eyeliner. So I think that's the difference. So I'm just going to wipe away any fallout. This is my all over brush, as you guys know. I feel like lately, because I've been using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, I've been like, I'll do something to my hair at the beginning, like curl it or brush it or I don't know, whatever, try to style it in some way. And I feel like it always gets messed up from the setting spray, because I had curled my hair for another video, and then I also get powder in my hair too. And then by the time the video was over, when I had sprayed my face with it, it was like the curls had all fallen. So now I'm going into Gag Me from Jeffree Star. This is the bluish green toned one, but it really almost has like a rainbow in there. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to take that and I'm going to put it on the lid. See what that did? Like it just, I'm telling you, I like these highlighters better for the eyes than I do the face. Like I just put it all over everything and it literally transforms it. I did not get the one that came with the Bloodlust collection because I just didn't feel like I needed it since I have these three. And like I said in my first impressions video, like my Glit to me is almost the exact same shade. So for the lips, I'm going to go into one of these. Should I do this one? Yeah. I'm going to do this Sephora Lip Stories collection in the number 31. This was the holiday set. and I love it. These lipsticks are very creamy. If you don't like the ColourPop lip formula, you won't like these because they're very similar. And then I'm going to take that Gag Me shade and I'm just going to put a little bit. Ever since I saw Mitchell do this on Jeffree Star, I always switch fingers though because I don't want to get lipstick in my highlighter. But ever since I saw Mitchell do that, I've been doing it almost daily. And then I'm going to go into my Iridescent Throne lip gloss and just seal the deal, seal it all in. And I like to wipe off the wand so that I don't get lip color into the... I feel like doe foot applicators are very delicate. Okay, and then as my last setting spray, I either do the Morphe Continuous or I do the Slay All Day. The Morphe Continuous I do if I feel like my face is a little cakey because it takes all that cakiness away. Alright, so let's see what I mean. Like, it drenches my hair. But then my hair starts to get curly again because my hair is naturally wavy. Okay, so this is the finished look using the Blue Blood and Bloodlust palette. These are my two favorite Jeffree Star palettes together. So let me know what you think down below, and I will be, like I said, continuing this series. I don't know when the next one will go up, but I'll be doing it with Jawbreaker, Alien, Conspiracy, you know, as many. I mean, I own all of his palettes, so Blood Sugar. And yeah, let me know which one you're the most interested in seeing. I love you guys so much. Thank you again to everyone who participated in the birthday collab, to Debbie for organizing it, and to anyone who wished me a happy birthday. I love you guys so much, and you will never know how much you mean to me. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.